Video number 2 on May 1st. We gotta be brief. Only got less than 2 gig storage. This is about having already sorted E equals mc squared and pivoting it into the new equation, not HE, human energy. The guys had plenty of time to do that. I'm the little red-headed girl who's get to give Sigmund Freud vagina envy because I understand a better definition of subconscious. And I'm also going to describe she equals mc squared. Now, there's a little bit more to it when you're talking about sustainable human energy. But bioelectricity is the key. It is not calories in, calories out only. That's a part of it. But there is a sustainable source of energy that powers human bodies way beyond the 3 squares. Now, what I want to talk about today is my version of Good Will Hunting, and also, ultimately, to denouement with my version of the Cogito ergo sum. That's the famous Latin phrase, the Descartes, I think, therefore I am, which initiated the Cartesian split. You know, in the parlance of Descartes' time, he had to appease the church. In my case, I'm being Galileo'd because I don't appease capitalism. A concept. Like every human I talk to is just a zombie when it comes to seeing that capitalism is causing all of the evil in the world. Now, evil got caused before from different things, but in the process of evolution, just as species evolve, consciousness evolves, and so does civilization. And civilizations evolve. And we're at the point where we have enough knowledge, enough abundance, enough tech to really start to make a really humane civilization that works for every single one of the 7.8 billion humans. Now, how I got to all of this is because I've been utterly alone for the past decade. Writing my own Good Will Hunting, playing both Matt and Ben and Minnie Driver. And for God's sake, I cannot get Robin Williams to return my calls. Now, Robin has been a great mentor for my stand-up. This stream of consciousness improv. It started, and I remember seeing Robin do it. And, we're not talking about his acting, we're talking about his specials. And even more crucially, I get these little glimpses of him just going off on like a Letterman. This is a skill. And what this skill is about is having access to your subconscious and getting in a sort of trance where you're not communicating linearly. You're using a more matrixed biofield approach to all of your memory bank, and you're just popping from salient. Now, Robin trained his to get laughs. I'm training mine to get light bulbs. Where's my Robin Williams? I think it might be Dave Chappelle. In all absolute seriousness, I think the person I am destined to work with is Dave Chappelle. I challenge thee. And look on my other YouTube channel, just plain old Deb Helfrich, #Chappelle Challenge. There's also the #Izzard Challenge, because Eddie Izzard is also very much definitely a role model. Robin Williams, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Izzard, Hannah Gadsby, Netflix execs. I even come with the art history. Although I do more of the Well, I don't. I mean, she's definitely about the art entirely. I take my problems with Freud. I have my buddiness with Einstein. Really, would love to talk to Jung. Collective unconscious. Got a little pivot on that too, don't I? Well, because that's evolution. That's morphic fields. And the little pivot, that once again, just to get it as accurate as possible given the state of the science and the philosophy of evolutionary logic, #wellbeing philosophy. What we want to do is call it the supraconscious, the collective supraconscious, the beyond, the biofield. Everything is frequency. We know this. Particles aren't really particles, they're waves. I mean, they become particles when we look, when we measure, when we use our tools of perception to freeze them in time. That's why. It's a conundrum people can't solve. All these conundrums people can't solve. It's just like, well, define your terms a little bit better. And then you realize you're just, language is a prison. The linearness of language. You use a word and it has like 4 meanings. And most people use the most not obscure. I use the most precise. And typically obscure and precise are, but most people use the most generic definition of a given word. And so, collective unconscious. I almost always use subconscious. Unconscious is coma. I don't even think sleep qualifies as unconscious, to be perfectly honest with you. Unconscious is coma, death. Unconscious, well, probably also, anesthesiologists can create it. I haven't in my adult life had any medical attention whatsoever. So I haven't got to keep an eye on the time. I was only ever put unconscious for dental work when I was a kid. I had 6 of my teeth taken out to get braces on, and then a wisdom tooth. The wisdom tooth taken out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna ask my subconscious to tell me if that's unconscious or not. But subconscious, right? Because again, you can get to a sub-basement. You can't get to an unbasement. Our subconscious is not a black box. This is me and my subconscious playing with you. That's what Robin Williams did. That's how most of the great stand-up performers, they get entranced. Altered state of consciousness, again, I've sorted consciousness, and it's artistic flow. It's channeling the muse. It is optimized body-brain biofield. It all ties together really well, y'all. So, I think, therefore I am. The most famous sentence in philosophy. How do we reunite mind and body and filter in biofield? Very simply. Deb's 2020 She Socrates pivot is, I am body, therefore I am. The body is primary, y'all. Body is primary. We're in a culture that says the mind is primary. You are not even in control of your own thoughts. That's what's all the mindfulness and meditation. You're not. Your body is creating your thoughts. Your body has got the big processor processing millions of billions of bits of information. I get the memory of the 40 bits is all you, your conscious, your intentional, this who I am, processing like 40 bits of information. So, in a nutshell, I am body, therefore I am. Lovely, lovely pivot. How do we know the body comes first? Evolution, gestation. We know that brains take like 16 years to develop to what we consider, or 18 years when we consider you an adult, or 21. I don't know. We got all these categorizations. We just make these things up. Not really based on how the human brain's just based on legalities and such. Oops, I'm going over. I got a lot to say, and it's important things. So where's my Robin Williams? I need a patron, both philosophical and performance. And I guess a financier. Harmony. #Redheaded She-Hulk. Out.